Hello and welcome to another Saints Spotlight. Today's guest is class of 2015 alum Kelsey Hinken Otten. While at Thomas More, Kelsey was part of an international service learning trip to Guatemala, which influenced her to pursue a career in the public health field. Kelsey currently lives in Arizona with her husband and works as program coordinator at Vitalis Health Foundation. Kelsey, you continued your education after graduation at the University of Kentucky and then at Western Kentucky University. Could you tell us a little about that experience and then the degrees that you earned?
Yeah, absolutely. I went down to the University of Kentucky to pursue a master's in public health. They have a specialty in health behavior and society. So that's kind of where my interest was in the public health field. I ended up transferring to Western because they have an online program. When I first went down to UK, I was a full-time student and working as a graduate assistant. And then in 2016, I got hired on full-time as a staff member. So then I started attending school part-time and working full-time. And so the program naturally was extended. I was pregnant with my daughter in 2017, so we wanted to move back to Cincinnati to be closer to family. So I ended up transferring to WKU because they had a completely online program. I know I wanted to finish my degree, so I was able to work with the staff there, and they were really great in transferring the majority of my credits over so that I could complete my master's but still be home and close to family. I had never really considered an online degree before, but I had a really great experience. And honestly, if I would do it all over again, I would probably do it the same way because it was a really great program.
Can you tell us a little about your path to being employed at Vitalis in Arizona?
Yeah, so my husband, Drew, who is a 2016 graduate from Thomas More, he wanted to move out to Arizona to start. They have a naturopathic medical school out here that specializes in regenerative orthopedics, and that's the field that he wants to get into. So we decided to kind of do a leap of faith and make the move across the country so that he could pursue his additional education. I had already completed my master's at that time, so we were going to then focus on his career path. So I was looking for a job, and I mean, I think the job market is hard enough, but then trying to find a job across the country was an interesting and difficult experience. And then I kind of just stumbled onto Vitalis. I knew I wanted to do something in the public health field. While I was in Cincinnati, I was working for a medication-assisted treatment facility, so working with individuals with substance use disorders, and I was specifically working as a case manager, so really helping patients get connected with just the resources that they need to encourage and help them maintain their sobriety. And I was working with a lot of the systems that they were interacting with, whether it was job and family services or trying to get them hooked up with transportation or get them connected with healthy foods, all these little pieces that really add up. And that's where Vitalis comes in. Like we're very much focused on changing those systems that are in place to really make healthy choices the easiest choice and the most accessible choice for everyone. And I was just really interested in that just broader view of health. It's very much in line with public health thinking, which is typically looking at population-based health, not necessarily individual health, but more so how can we make the most impact for the most people to make them the most healthy. So that's really the work that Vitalis does, is focusing on that system level approach to health. And so I applied and got it, and it's just been a really cool experience. I work with each of our 5 programmatic directors. Each oversee different buckets of work. So broadly speaking, we have someone who oversees access to healthcare and coverage. We have someone who oversees healthy community design, which really focuses on access to healthy food, transportation, housing. We have someone who focuses on capacity building with local nonprofits. So really the people who are serving individuals, how can we help support those organizations and meet their needs? We are a foundation, so we do traditional grant making, we do work with civic engagement. So we've been doing a lot of work with the census this year and just help people be involved, because civic engagement is a way to be a healthy part of a community. My job looks different day to day, kind of depending on what particular project is going on. I would say the essence of my role is program management, so just working with each director to map out projects, make sure that timelines are met, and then the project deliverables happen when they need to, and then kind of assist with other administration stuff as needed.
So looking back on your time at Thomas More, what were you involved in as far as student activities?
That was one of the best things about Thomas More, I think, was the ability to be involved in such a wide variety of activities. So for, I think, 3 out of the 5 years that I was there, I ran on the cross-country team, which was really cool, being able to be involved in collegiate sports, but really still have that academic emphasis and ability to balance the two. I was involved as a work study for Dr. Bear in the history department, which was just a really incredible opportunity. I was pretty much always in the history, English hallway, just getting to meet and get to know all of the history and English professors, the theology professors. It gave me just that opportunity to develop those relationships, which I still feel like I can call on to this day. You know, if I reached out to someone, I know that we would still have that dynamic. I was able to take a study abroad trip to Ireland with Dr. Bear, which counted for some history credit, and that was a 2-week trip that was just an incredible, life-changing experience. I think if students have the ability to do study abroad trips, they absolutely should take them. I was also able to go on a service learning trip to Guatemala, and I think that really stemmed from me working as a work study and developing a relationship with Dr. Lubers, who we went and worked with her nonprofit, Tense, down in Guatemala. Then I was also involved in some of the clubs associated with my major, so the English and History Honor Societies and History Club, which was just a good opportunity to be further connected with classmates and the professors who are leading those organizations and developing those relationships. I think for me, like, that's the big thing about Thomas More is the relationship piece and being able to develop that, because I know just, some larger institutions, you don't necessarily have that opportunity. The honors program as well, I was a part of that, which provided some really cool experiences, whether it was seminars that we did during each semester, and we attended plays sometimes, just a wide variety of experiences. But I have my best friend, Kaylin, who went to Thomas More. I was able to meet her through that. So kind of, again, that relationship piece.
Do you have any advice for Thomas More students?
I think the best piece of advice would just, again, focus on developing the relationships. Students have a really unique opportunity to make connections not only with their peers and the people they're in classes with or participating in sports with organizations, but also developing relationships with your professors. The cool thing is it's such a varied curriculum that you're taking a wide variety of courses, so you're meeting a lot of different professors, and I think the small class sizes really allows you to develop relationships that you probably wouldn't if you're at a larger institution with 200 other students. I would just encourage students to take advantage of that. The professors are genuinely there to help everyone learn, like they care about you and your success.
Kelsey, thanks so much for being our Saint Spotlight today.
Yeah, thank you for letting me.